friends, welcome back to my channel. So today I have another Disney College Program related video for you. It's kind of like a part 2 to my crazy guest stories, but this one's going to be my rude guest stories. So they're not absolutely crazy, they're just downright rude. Being a cast member, you're going to deal with more rude guests than crazy guests. I feel like the crazy guests are kind of rare, but you pretty much encounter rude guests every single day, especially in the front desk role. So I'm going to be telling you about the 5 rudest guests that I had. So all of these stories are going to be from me working at the front desk. I did work at the All Stars Resort, in case you didn't know. So this first guest, I actually didn't have. They were working with one of my leaders right next to me, so I kind of just overheard everything. So apparently this woman came in at about, I want to say like 4:45 p.m. and for some reason her room wasn't ready yet. Which is obviously frustrating, but we do guarantee rooms between 3 and 5 p.m. A lot of people think that check-in's at 3, so they're going to come in right at 3 and get a room. That's not always the case. So I know it's aggravating, but I don't know why her room wasn't ready. I guess there wasn't any other room they could have put her in, so she had to wait a little bit. And she was just going off to my leader. She's like, I run a cleaning business, and I know it doesn't take this long to clean rooms. And I'm just standing there like, oh my gosh. And like, I can't remember everything she said, but she was saying like, yeah, I know housekeepers aren't that slow. You should have all of these housekeepers employed. There's probably not enough employed here, and it should not take that long to clean rooms. And I was just like listening. I'm like, seriously? Like, we were trying to help her. I think that's the thing with guests. I think some of them think that cast members are just out to ruin their vacation, which isn't the case. Most of the time, if not always, cast members try their best to accommodate you, and she just wasn't understanding that. So that was kind of hard to listen to, and it was just a mess. Eventually she did get a room, but she was just being so incredibly rude about it. So this next story is similar. It wasn't my guest, but I just overheard them over my shoulder with my leader. So it's very similar to the first story. Their room wasn't ready right at 3. Eventually they did get their room around 4, and it was a family. They had 2 rooms. And when they got to the rooms, they didn't see a crib in one of the rooms. I guess they had requested a crib. And I guess during that day, we ran out of cribs at our resort. So we had to have one of our runners run to, I think it was the Boardwalk Resort, to go get one for them. And they were just so unhappy that they had to wait for this crib. All I remember is the woman saying to my leader over my shoulder, I can't wait to go on Facebook and give you such negative reviews, and that's going to cause so many people to not come here, and this is ridiculous. And she was just going off. And I wish guests would understand that requests are not always guarantees. Just because you request something, it does not mean you'll actually get it. You probably will get it, but not as soon as you get there, if that makes sense. But apparently they did get the crib, thank goodness, because I feel like if they wouldn't have gotten that crib that night, there would have been just a huge, huge problem. But they were just being so mean about it, and I'm just like, we're gonna get you a crib, relax. And I hate when people threaten us that, oh, they're gonna go on Facebook and write a review. Like, it's Disney. Like, hundreds and hundreds of people come there every single day. I don't think your Facebook post would, like, deny people from coming there. So this third story was a guest that I had. I was checking in guests, you know, the usual, and this woman comes up, and I'm like, hi, like, how can I assist? And the first thing she said was, I'm not very happy. And I'm like, ugh. So what's going on? And I guess she got the room number on her phone. She was checking in. She got the room number on her phone, and she noticed that it was in building 6, which was pretty far from the lobby. So with the All Stars Resorts, we have preferred rooms and standard rooms. Preferred are close to the lobby, and standard is far. Obviously, the cheaper rooms are standard because they're further away. And if you want to pay more, you get preferred. But she claimed that whoever booked her reservation, I don't know if it was a travel agent, she was told that she would get building either 8 or 5, which are pretty much right next to the lobby. She was told she was getting these rooms. She wanted a refurbished room, and that was it. But I said, ma'am, like, you're booked in standard. You weren't booked in preferred. And she just was not having it. So basically, I'm going to try to explain this the best I can. She wanted preferred and renovated, but only half of our preferred rooms were renovated. So we did get her in a renovated room. It was just in standard, but she wanted preferred. So she basically had to pick between being close to the lobby or being in a newly refurbished room. So I was trying to explain that to her, and she was like, I just want my money back. I'm sick of hearing this. Nobody's trying to help me. I just want to go home and get my money back. And I'm like, okay. So I got a leader. They talked, and I feel like a lot of guests pull this certain card. Guests who have children with like disabilities or like physical disabilities, they always pull the card that they need this, they need that, which I totally get. Like, if you have a disabled child, you should be near the lobby. But I feel like a lot of people just take advantage of that sometimes, and they just use their kid's disability to get whatever they want, which is really sad. But she did end up staying in the standard room, which was further from the lobby, because she said she'd rather have the renovated room, which I was just like, okay, that's good that she stayed. I'm glad she stayed because that's what she wanted. She wanted the refurbished, but it sucks that she couldn't get closer. 'Cause that's all. I think that's why she was book standard, because we were sold out of the preferred. But I don't know. She was just being so rude about it, and I was trying to help her the best that I could. And I don't know. I'm just glad she was okay with her room. So this next guest I dealt with, it was pretty late. It was like 11:30 p.m. And for it being that late, we actually had a kind of a long line. So she came to me. She was next in line. And I was like, hi, how can I assist? And as soon as I said that, she just went off. Like, she didn't even say hello. She's like, I just want to check in. I'm so tired. I've been in this line for 20 minutes. I just want to check in. I've had such a long day. I don't know why it's taking so effing long. And I'm like, hello, like, nice to see you. So at that point, like, I didn't know what to do because it was such a long day of me just getting yelled at. I'm like, do I just, like, play it off, like, apologetic, or do I just act like, you know, I just don't care? But of course, I had to basically try to be as happy as I could. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry for the line. I'm sorry it's taking so long. I'm going to get you to your room, etc. And I got her checked in, and then she left. So we had no small talk, no, because normally with guests I would like ask them like, how was your trip here? Where are you from? Like, you know, friendly talk like that. But we just didn't have any type of conversation because I knew she was miserable. So I'm like, what's the point of me trying to talk to her if she's just going to be completely rude to me? So that was basically it. I checked her in and she went on her way, and I'm like, hopefully her day's better tomorrow. So this last story, I guess it could be kind of on the crazier side. I was dealing with this guest. He was pretty upset because his luggage was not arriving from the airport. It was pretty late. So all we can do basically is track it. I tracked it for him. It said it was en route from the airport to the resort. And that's basically all I can do. I could also call the Magical Express and tell them to put a rush on his luggage because he needs it. But he wouldn't take no for an answer. He wanted his luggage right then and there. And I'm like, sir, like, it's not here yet. Like, I didn't know what to say. Like, it's not here. Like, there's really nothing we can do. We can put a rush on it, but that's it. I'm so sorry for the delay. It'll be here soon. So he finally started to walk away, but before he walked away, he looked at my name tag. He was like, Heather, if my luggage isn't here in an hour, I'm going to come back to you and you're going to come help me find it. And then he walked away, and I'm like, oh, okay. Interesting. So I didn't even feel safe at that point. Like, this man kind of scared me. So of course, I'm still at the desk. An hour later, I see him walk into the lobby, and I literally just walk away from my desk, and I tell my leader, I'm like, look, because I told my leader earlier about this guest, and I was like, this is the guest that pretty much threatened me, so I'm gonna go on break, and I did. So I don't know what happened with that guy. Hopefully he got his luggage. He probably got compensation at the end because he was really mad that it was so late, and Disney loves to reward rude guests, so he probably did get money back or something, but I don't know. Hopefully his luggage came and he didn't have any more problems. So those are some of my rude guest stories I encountered while working at the Walt Disney World Resort front desk. I'm sorry if I seemed negative at all during this video. I had a really rough program because basically guests would just yell at me all day, every day. So I'm sorry if I seem negative, but I did try to keep a positive attitude. I did finish my program. If you want another part to this series, Rude Crazy Guest Stories, let me know. I can probably come up with some more. But that's everything for this video. Please give it a like if you enjoyed it and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!